Hi there everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. My name's Rebecca and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do this beautiful Lacy Moss Stitch edging for your blankets. So it's a very simple pattern and it will add a really nice delicate finishing touch to whatever project you want to use it for. Now, if this is your first time visiting my channel, then please do hit that subscribe button and also the bell to get notifications of my new weekly videos. For anyone that's wondering, this border has been done on this blanket, which is a corner to corner granny blanket. So I will leave all of the links for those tutorials in the description as well. And the yarn that I have used is the Baby Blossom DK in the shade Budding Babe, which is these beautiful shades of grey with that lovely flecks of floral colours throughout. I don't know about you, but I love seeing a nice folded granny blanket. So for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm literally just going to whiz the border around this granny square. Now this is the circle in a granny square, which again there is a tutorial for on my channel and I will leave a link again. And it is just done with some chunky shapies and I think it's, is it the Party Time chunky, something like that, but again all of it's available and I will leave the links. So you can use whatever yarn that you wish and whatever hook size that your yarn recommends. Obviously I'm going to be continuing with a chunky yarn. So what you're going to want to do is start in a corner of your project, so any corner, it doesn't matter, with a slip knot on your hook, and you're going to start with a standing UK double crochet. So into your corner space you will yarn over and pull up. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both. And that is your first UK double. Obviously in the US this is your single crochet. So we are now simply going to work all the way along your project, doing a double crochet into every single stitch. So into the top of your next stitch. Always make sure with this you go through the whole of the stitch as well and complete your double. So do that all the way along, and like I say, I'm literally going to whiz through this because obviously you don't really need to see me doing a round of UK doubles all the way around my project, but that is exactly what you need to do. So a double into each stitch. Obviously if it's not a granny square you'll have sides which might be a little bit more fiddly to work into, but again just place them evenly all the way along the sides of your work and make sure that you put the same amount on each side. So work yourself with a bit of a rhythm as to how many stitches you need to do. But once you get to your corner space, in your corner space you will do 1 double, chain 2, and back in that same corner space you'll put another double. So if you just carry that on really quickly now all the way around, and I will meet you and we will finish off this first corner. Okay, so to finish off this corner space you want to do 1 more double crochet into that corner, do your chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch to the top of that first double that we did. So insert your hook through the whole of that stitch, yarn over and pull through both. So that is just your starting round. What you want to do now is turn your work around and you're going to slip stitch back into that corner space. So you're going to slip stitch into there. And what we're going to do now is chain 2, and that is going to count as our first half treble. So this round is going to be done in half trebles, or if you're in the US this will be your half double crochets. So that chain 2 counts as your first half treble. You then want to chain 2, which will be for the corner space, and then back into this corner space you'll do a half treble. So yarn over, insert into the corner space, yarn over and pull up, and you'll have these 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. So that is your corner space completed. You want to chain 1, and then you're going to skip this very first double crochet here, and you're going to do a half treble into the next one. So yarn over, skip 1, half treble in the next. So yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1, skip the next one, half treble in the next. So yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1, skip 1, half treble. And again, you're going to work that all the way along until you get to your corner space. And that is where I will meet you in just a second. So in your corner space, you're going to want to do half treble, chain 2, and half treble back in that same space. And then again, chain 1, skip 1, and half treble. And you'll work that all the way around now, and I will meet you to close off for this round. Okay, so to close off, I've done my last half treble, my chain 1, and then if you remember, we had the chain 2, which formed our first half treble, and then the chain 2 for the corner space. So the top of that first chain 2, you just insert your hook and slip stitch. So that is your first round of the alternative moss stitch. So what we're going to do now is slip stitch into the corner space, and we're going to chain 2 again. Now we could chain 3 technically because we're now going to be doing full trebles, but I just find the chain 3 is just that little bit too gappy, so I stick with the chain 2, and then chain another 2 for your corner space, and then back into this same corner space here, you're going to do a normal treble or US double crochet. So yarn over, insert into that chain space, yarn over and pull up. Again, you'll have your 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, and you're going to skip that half treble from the previous row, and we're going to be working in the chain 1 spaces. So we've chained 1, we're going to skip, and we're going to do a treble into the next chain 1 space. So yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, skip 1, and work into your chain 1 space, doing your treble, chain 1, skip the stitch and work a treble into the chain 1 space. And again, you're just going to work that all the way along. So chain 1, treble in the chain 1 space. And again, just like in the other rounds, I will meet you when we get to the corner space. So in your corner space, you're going to do a treble, chain 2, and treble back into that same space. And then again, back to your chain 1, skip 1, work into the chain 1 space. So again, if you carry that on all the way around, and I will meet you back in just a minute. So again, to close off, I've done my final treble crochet and chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch into the first of that chain 2. So you've got your chain 2 and then your chain 2 for your corner. So slip stitch into the top of that first chain 2. Okie dokie, so we're working on our final round of moss stitch this time, and then we have the final frill round. So again, slip stitch to your corner space, and because we're only going to be doing doubles this time, we're just going to chain 1 and then chain 2 for the corner, and back into this corner space you're going to put a double crochet. So we're back with the double crochet like for the first round, and this is UK double, US single. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both, chain 1, and in exactly the same way as the last 2 rounds, you'll skip 1, work double in the chain 1 space, chain 1, skip 1, double in your chain 1, and you'll work that all the way along again, and in your corner you'll do exactly what we have been doing all the way around for our other rounds. So your corner will consist of your UK double, chain 2 and double back in the same corner space, chain 1 and then again work along your side. So I'll meet you back in just a second and we will complete the final round. Okay, so back round at the start now, and you remember we did that chain 1 for a double and then the chain 2 for the corner. So you're going to slip stitch into the top of the first chain, and that is your final round of the moss stitches completed. And then the very final round is just the beautiful delicate lacy frilly round. Okay, so as before, we are going to slip stitch to that corner space, chain 1, which is going to count as our first UK double. We're then going to chain 3 and double crochet back into that corner space, chain 3, skip the double crochet and work into the chain 1 space and do a double crochet, chain 3, skip the double and work into your chain 1 space, chain 3, skip the double and work into your chain 1 space. So it's still a bit like the moss stitch, except we're just doing more chains in between to create that lovely frill. So if you work that all the way around, you'll even do that exact same thing in the corner space. You won't do any extra stitches, you will literally just do a double crochet, a chain 3 and a double crochet into your corner space, and I will meet you as you get back round and we will close off. So I'm back round now and I want to do my final chain 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that first chain that we did at the beginning of the round, chain 1, and then you'll snip off and just pull your yarn through to tighten up. So you can see even in a chunky yarn it still looks really nice and delicate and lacy. And let me just bring back the main blanket. Excuse all my ends, but this is a recently finished project. So yeah, you can see in the DK and in the chunky it's still really delicate and just a beautiful, simple and elegant finish for any project, and your edges will stay nice and smooth and straight and your corners will be nice and neat as well. So yeah, that's it. I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon for the next tutorial. But bye for now.